A 19-year-old by the name of Miranda Barbour has been arrested, and so has her newly wed husband because of the fact that they killed a man that they met on Craigslist. Now, according to authorities, Miranda Barbour, a petite woman with long brown hair, told investigators she met a 6'2", 278-pound victim after he responded to her Craigslist ad offering companionship for money. They agreed that he would exchange $100 for sex with her. And when they met up, she proceeded to stab him 22 times with a knife, and her husband tied a cord around his neck. Now, after she got arrested, she pled guilty, and so did her husband, to this murder, but she also confessed that she killed as many as 22 other people, beginning at the age of 13, and it was because she joined a satanic cult. So authorities said that they're going to investigate those leads, but they do believe that what she is saying about the other murders is credible.
So yeah, one of the detectives had a scary quote about, unfortunately, they're really worried that she might be telling the truth. And she says, I don't care if you believe me or not. I confess to this, and if you let me out of prison, I will kill again. Okay.
She also, we should be clear about this, she is not remorseful whatsoever. She feels that she did the right thing in killing these 23 people.
So number one, I never understand satanic cults, because if you believe in Satan, you know he's on the losing side. So I don't get it. I mean, if you don't believe in the text at all, that makes all the sense in the world to me. But if you read the text and you're like, okay, that guy who always loses, I'm on his side. I just don't understand it. And then for this particular woman, they're calling her a Craigslist killer. I hate that for a couple of reasons, right? I mean, that's what everybody's calling her. But there's wonderful things that are going on Craigslist. She happened to use Craigslist. She could have, in the old days, she would have used the phone book. And then she would have been the phone book killer, right? And she's the one that ruins it for everybody else, let alone the 22 people she might have murdered, right? But now, everybody who was going to go have a good time on Craigslist doing one thing or another, it doesn't have to be about sex, they were going to get $150 for a fridge that they were going to throw out, right? And everybody was going to be a winner. But now they're going to be worried because there's this people out there that use Craigslist to murder people for no reason, right? Yeah. And so it's so depressing. I'm
always a little uncomfortable or worried about Craigslist, like meeting up with someone to exchange an item, or like, let's say you're moving and you want to get rid of a bunch of stuff, like my friend recently did. And you meet with these people in person, obviously, to exchange this stuff, and it's scary. I mean, you hear stories like this, and it does scare you, and it does ruin it for everyone else. But what I want to know is, let's say she's telling the truth, and she actually did kill 22 people, starting at the age of 13. How did she manage to kill that many people without ever being suspected of murder until this very moment?
Well, you know why? If you kill the right kind of people with no power, for whatever reason, because they don't have a lot of money or whatever it might be, well, that's less likely to get solved.
Jeez.
Okay? Now,
by the way, the father of her 1-year-old also died, and authorities are looking into that as well.
I mean, if they weren't looking into it, it would be gross negligence. Yeah. This might be a one-woman killing machine. And I'm always amazed at how many people get away with murder. But if they don't solve it in the first couple of days, they usually give up on it. And I'm not trying to be unfair to the cops. It's much harder after the first couple of days. So at some point, they got to put it at the back of the line, because there's new cases that come forward, right? Once it goes to the back of the line, you're screwed. Right?
Yeah.
And especially if she keeps traveling, it's going to be much harder to find. Usually, the cases that get solved are, oh, there was a fight. They were married. The husband killed the wife, or the wife killed the husband. Okay, we solved it, right? That's easy. That gets solved. If it's a stranger, it's much harder to solve. And sometimes you'll get detectives that'll dive in there and do some great work. A lot of times, detectives are like other human beings. They'll do what's easy, and they'll leave the hard ones aside. Next thing you know, there's a lot of people dead across the country. The 22 have not been confirmed, right? But it's scary stuff, and it looks like it's more than one.